Pakistan is reportedly facing a serious shortage of US dollars in its open market, despite some build-up in foreign reserves supported by the IMF and World Bank inflows. Currency exchanges in Pakistan say they are only selling what they receive. Many counters have reportedly stopped selling dollars altogether, while others allow purchases of just $100 per person. In major Pakistani cities, travelers and students are struggling. Many exchanges have no fresh dollar notes. Some only offer old design notes, which many countries do not even accept. And as a result, passengers are forced to buy foreign currency at poor rates. Students are among the worst affected. Families are unable to send money abroad for education. Experts are linking this crisis to new rules for currency exchanges. Pakistan authorities now demand biometric checks, original identity cards and facial recognition for many transactions. A new central bank order also requires check payments for dollar purchases into foreign currency accounts. And these steps have reportedly slowed access even further. Exchange dealers admit the gap between the demand and the supply. They are saying that they now record customer details and promise dollars later when available. And look at the contrast playing out right across the border. India's foreign exchange reserves are rising. According to an RBI report, reserves increased by $1.68 billion to nearly $689 billion during the week that ended on December 12th. The RBI report attributed the rise to strong support from higher gold reserves and stable foreign currency assets. India is also attracting global investors. FDI jumped over 18% in the second quarter. Inflows touched more than $35 billion. And that's not all. The recent recovery trend in the Indian rupee, the best in 7 months, had been widely attributed to an intervention by the Reserve Bank of India. And according to an SBI research report, RBI intervened around $30 billion in the forex market, helping shore up the rupee in a period of just 4 months. So the contrast is quite clear. As Pakistan struggles to find dollars, India is building on its reserves, drawing capital, and strengthening its position as a stable investment destination. Stars hold secrets. Scientists have for the first time witnessed a destruction of worlds. No explosion, no warning, just slow, relentless destruction. 2 worlds destroyed before our eyes. Their last moments written in dust and flames. Our next story explaining what this is about.
Deep in the void, where the star burns bright, worlds are being ground to dust. For years, astronomers thought they had found a planet, a sapphire-like world dubbed Fomalhaut b. But as the gaze of the Hubble Space Telescope intensified, the truth became far more chilling. The planet didn't just move, it began to vanish. The Hubble Space Telescope has detected vast clouds of dusty debris surrounding 2 distant stars. Ancient planetary systems, once stable, have been violently disrupted. And the clues are written in dust. Astronomers noticed something wrong almost immediately. These stars were glowing brighter than expected in infrared light. Too bright. That glow, scientists realized, was heat generated by enormous quantities of dust absorbing stellar energy. Dust that should not exist in such abundance unless something catastrophic had happened. Then the picture sharpened. Hubble's instruments revealed thick, uneven disks of debris, not smooth rings, but chaotic structures. Researchers believe these are the remains of planetary smash-ups. Worlds the size of Mars or larger shattered after gravitational disturbances sent them on fatal paths. When planets collide, they do not explode like fireworks. They grind. They tear. They disintegrate slowly, producing clouds of fine dust that can linger for hundreds of thousands of years. This is not science fiction. This is planetary evolution at its most brutal phase. Our own solar system likely went through similar chaos billions of years ago. Earth itself may have been born from such destruction, formed after a colossal impact that created the moon. Hubble's images are not just scenes of ruin. They are time machines, snapshots of how solar systems live, break apart, and begin again. Out there, worlds are dying, and from their dust, new ones may someday rise. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
For decades now, Nepal offered sanctuary to Tibetans fleeing Chinese repression. But today, that refuge seems to be disappearing, not with tanks or troops, but with cameras. An investigative report by the Associated Press revealing how surveillance technology aided by American innovation is fueling China's global monitoring network, tightening Beijing's control far beyond its own country's borders. In Nepal, Tibetan refugees reportedly are being constantly monitored. According to the report, thousands of Chinese-made surveillance cameras now lining Nepal streets, rooftops, intersections, all tracking the movement, mapping the behavior of daily life of these refugees.
China very carefully watches the refugee activities, their movement. They follow them through different means, through sometimes from Nepalese security, surveillance, sometimes their own.
It's not just watching and spying, it seems. The consequences have started to show already. The once vocal protests that used to be staged outside the Chinese embassy have now slowly faded. Activism seems to have slowed down. Fear has taken control, according to that report.
But these things are scary because the cameras look same as the Lhasa cameras, you know. Lhasa Pago camera. In Lhasa, there are a lot of cameras like same like this camera, you know. It's like
There's pressure from the Chinese authorities to monitor our activities in Tibetan settlements to see if we are running any anti-China activities. If the police catch us, they can get rewarded for it.
And what's even more worrying is that Nepal is just one of at least 150 countries reportedly where Chinese companies are exporting surveillance technology. We are talking about CCTV networks in Vietnam to censorship systems in Pakistan to city-wide monitoring platforms in Kenya. This is digital authoritarianism, to say the least. Sold cheaply, deployed quickly, and also marketed as modern policing, all making China's global surveillance machinery even stronger. Sure, for some, this might not come as a surprise at all, but what's ironic here is that many of these surveillance tools that China exports to the world at large are being built on technology developed in the United States. As per the Associated Press investigation, which was based on thousands of government procurement documents, corporate records, leaked files, interviews across 3 continents, American technology has played a major role in enabling China's surveillance reach. For years, Silicon Valley firms faced a trade-off: share technology or lose access to China's market. And those links have persisted.
The cooperation or the presence or the influence of Chinese companies, tech companies, especially Huawei and ZTE, have significantly increased in Nepal over the years.
In Nepal, the impact is deeply personal. A 2021 internal government report cited by Associated Press revealed that China helped build surveillance systems even in sensitive border buffer zones. These are areas where construction is restricted. Tibetan officials saying refugee crossings have collapsed from thousands a year to single digits. And that is because of tightened borders, Nepal's warming ties with China, and what they call unprecedented surveillance.
We live here, so they should not be tracking us. However, they still send people to pressure others into handing over information on us, since we're in a different country and can't arrest us over here.
And activists who used to be vocal in their criticism of Chinese repression now say that they have only one goal, which is to get their children out of Nepal. But then for some, there are complications. Some children of refugee families born in Nepal don't necessarily have refugee papers or even citizenship.
The Chinese government and the Nepali government have a strong relationship because of China's economic power. The Chinese give a lot of money to the Nepalis. Money can make people do bad things. Even though we Tibetans have a refugee reception center, we aren't safe. If we go outside, we can be arrested. There are so many security cameras.
The Dalai Lama's birthday or the anniversary of the 1959 uprising, activists say police preemptively detained those deemed likely to protest around these dates, reportedly. In 2018, for that matter, Nepal confirmed that it was developing predictive policing, technology that anticipates dissent before it actually happens. As for China, it denies coercion, rejects the allegations of surveillance abuse, and calls such claims politically motivated. But on the ground, the numbers tell their own story, it seems. For example, the Tibetan population in Nepal has halved. Many are leaving quietly before the net tightens further.